the 2K Sports pregame show.
Boy, what a season so far. And I'll tell you, it's only getting started. Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Tonight we'll see the Miami Heat playing against the Atlanta Hawks. Well, for Atlanta, they struggled in this matchup last season.
Greetings, everyone, from Atlanta. The Hawks playing host. We are nearly ready for the tip-off, but first, let's hear from our very own David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kev.
As hard as he works, great that he takes care of himself, too. DA, thank you. In the early part of the season, Steve, if the chemistry isn't working, what can you do to try to fix that chemistry issue?
You know, obviously, the general manager and the coaches, this is where they have to be communicating amongst one another, and they have to have a great feel. Because if it's not working, and this is where you have to look at maybe benching some guys or possibly trading somebody. But that's where communication comes in. You got to have it from management to coaching to players.
Players want to know, don't they? They don't want to be left in the dark. At least they want to know the lay of the land for them.
Most of the great organizations, the communication's out front, and that's what players love. They love the trust factor from management to coaches to organizations.
So the opening lineup for the Heat, Richardson and Johnson are the forwards. Dragic and Wade, the two playmakers in the guard spots. And it's Whiteside in at the 5, roaming the paint. Now, here's Richardson. Shot clock at 6. Dragic with a wide open look. Drops in the tray.
Goran Dragic is a guy used to having the ball in his hand. This time, he finishes on the catch and shoot.
And that one drops.
This is what it means to be a catalyst. His offense helps set the tone for a lot of what they do.
That's tipped. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Curry. Wade with it. 23 points his last outing. 5 to shoot. Out of bounds. Atlanta will take possession. Atlanta with the ball. It's a 3-point game. Wood. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. Wood's got 5 now.
This is where Curry's excellent. Ball in hand, making decisions.
The feed to Wade. Over Bagley. That one doesn't drop. So Atlanta will take it the other way. And this is their first time matched up with this year's Heat team.
A division battle. These two squads play each other 4 times this season.
Outside Dragic. It's stolen by Bagley. Goes up and finished off by Bagley.
And at 6'11", Bagley is a huge target. When he runs the floor, it just makes everything easier.
And Smitty, you had perhaps some of your best seasons while a member of the Atlanta Hawks. What was it like being the face of this franchise during that time?
You know, I was proud to have led this team to so many playoff trips. It was fantastic being an Atlanta Hawk. It was also fun representing this team in the All-Star game. I played with some of the best in the business. Hall of Famer Dikembe Mutombo, All-Star Mookie Blaylock, and I played for a legendary Hall of Fame coach, Lenny Wilkens. Hassan Whiteside said growing up, he never had a backup plan. He was going to be an NBA player. His huge size made that a pretty safe bet.
And you just don't see many players with the kind of length that Hassan Whiteside possesses.
Did you know on his tiptoes he can grab the rim with both hands, and he's pretty athletic for his size. Those physical tools just about off the charts.
Heating up early on. This is exactly how he wanted to start the night.
Well, he has the ability to get you off on the right foot. Now it's just about sustaining it.
Now, here's Whiteside. Out to Wade. 6 on the shot clock. Looking to end the run. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. Wade's got his first basket.
The mid-range jump shot has always been a staple of D. Wade's game.
Back to Curry. Here's Wood. Wade is covering. There's the 3. And it's Whiteside with the rebound.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Richardson kicks to Dragic. Richardson the pass to Whiteside. Shoots over Doncic. Whiteside, no good. The Hawks leading by 6. Bagley dishes to Curry. Great pass to set up the lay-in.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Curry against Dragic. Here's Richardson. Misses off the left iron.
I mean, the mid-range jump shot, a lot of guys have a hard time knocking it down.
With some arc. Bagley the pass to Doncic. To the inside. The second chance effort. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. That one's on Johnson. The Hawks shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line. And that one falls for Carter.
Who can shoot free throws like this?
Poked away. Here's Wood. Wade is covering. Kicks to Wade. It's rebounded by Doncic.
Just great at getting after it defensively, forcing guys into tough shots.
Yeah, to be successful, you've got to protect the paint. He rises to that challenge.
You know, far hard.
By 10. 2K Sports.
You know, as a collective group. So that's the biggest challenge, is to understand, okay, we're good, guys. We can win some games, but can we get to the next level of being great?
Thoughts?
A huge fan of how they have rotated here defensively, been able to challenge multiple shots.
Yeah, it's been the defense that has them out in front. But let's see if they can sustain the intensity.
Plumlee out there with Bagley. Then there's Doncic. Then there's Stephen Curry.
Didn't have enough firepower offensively.
Here's Olynyk. Nice follow through on the fadeaway.
I love the compact stroke there for Olynyk.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Kevin?
Terrific, D.A. Thank you. Well, the Heat, by average margin of victory, actually had a better team in 2017 when they narrowly missed the playoff. And it's blocked. And as it goes out of bounds, Atlanta able to keep the ball here. For the Hawks, Redick comes in for money. And Tyus Jones subbed in for Steph Curry. And Redick kicks to Bagley. And there's the pass to Doncic. And the clock. That one's a miss. His third shot of the game. He's made one of them. The Heat trail by 7. There's Dragic with the 3.
He hit 1 3 in the first, but the well has been totally dry for him in the second.
Here's Doncic. And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. And there's the call. Miami with the foul.
And what's so impressive about Doncic, the maturity. Yes, he's polished, but he's got a completeness to his game at such a young age.
The first free throw is good. The NBA always evolving, Steve. What do you like to see in a big man coming through the ranks these days with the kind of game we've got in front of us?
Well, I think right now I have to be versatile, especially on the defensive end. We talk so much about the big shooting threes, but I think big guys right now got to be able to switch on pick and rolls, being able to guard the smaller guys, and I think also you still have to have that toughness. But I would love Kevin.
Determined not to give him an inch of free space.
You can see the frustration. They hold the lead, but he wants to be able to contribute.
And it's Magruder in the corner. Back to Ellington. Near the three-point line, it's Dragic. Nice shot from the wing. Dragic has got 7 points. Jones kicks to Bagley. The Hawks get it back in a new 24. To the wing on the left. Now, here's Doncic. He's tightly guarded, and it's good. 2 points. Doncic has got 6 points in the quarter.
It's amazing. He is on fire here in the second period after going scoreless in the first.
Olynyk finds Ellington. Jones against Dragic. Miami needs to get a shot off, but they'll get another chance. Shot clock at 6. Pass to Olynyk. Sinks that one from the post. Olynyk's got his second bucket.
And really, the improvement as a finisher is noticeable for Kelly Olynyk.
Doncic dishes to Plumlee. Jones the pass to Bagley. The baseline J off the mark.
Well, this whole period for him, it's been challenging. You can tell he's starting to press. And if you let the little guy get airborne before you slide over to block him out, he can and will embarrass you on the boards.
Now here's Redick. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Atlanta needs to get off a shot here. Bagley with the bucket.
He's a great shooter, but not just a gunner. JJ finding the open man.
Ellington inside the three-point line. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. And so it's the Atlanta Hawks in control with a 9-point lead to end the quarter. Looking good at this point, but wanting more. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Kevin, thanks. Coach, what has to happen to pull out the win?
Well, we have to play through some of the tough times, okay, whether it's a missed call or whether missed shots. This is a passionate game, and we got to stay the course.
We'll see what happens. Thanks, Bo. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings, friends and neighbors. One half down, another half to go. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. Atlanta was looking great right away. They put together some nice offensive stretches and at one point led by as many as 10. After a solid quarter of play, they held a 10-point lead. In the second quarter, they didn't play quite as well and were outscored, but still were able to head to the locker room up by a solid 9 at the half. And Shaq, what are your thoughts on how Atlanta played?
Well, they really dictated the pace of the game with their transition game. They got out on the break every chance they had, and the time they could push the tempo, they did. And a lot of times it kept the defense scrambling like eggs with the cheese and apple juice.
Kenny, what'd you think about Miami?
To me, they looked out of sync shooting the basketball. Under 40% for the first half. Some of it was poor shot selection, but mostly it just looked like they were out of rhythm. For the second half, they need to push more for buckets in transition. Get to the foul line a little bit more. Try to get back in the flow.
That's all for now. Say goodbye to the folks. Thanks for joining us. Third quarter, just about ready to begin.
And we've got third quarter of basketball for you. 2 quarters in the books. Nice game. Great performance by Marvin Bagley.
Yeah, so far they haven't found an answer for him. A scoring machine here in that first half.
Defensively coming in, you know he's going to be tough to stop, but I'm still waiting to see a plan to even contain him.
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. Atlanta leading by 9. Well, the Hawks didn't have the best season a year ago, Smitty, but they did find some positives to build on.
Well, the Hawks, what they do have, they have good wing play. A lot of disruptive players who can force turnovers on the defensive end. There's been some great wings in Hawks history, and they have a few on this team right now.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. And for Miami, look at who they've got out there. Wade and Richardson, the two wings. Down low, it's Johnson and Whiteside. And it's Dragic in at the point. Here's Curry after the made shot from Goran Dragic. Curry kicks to Wood. Now, here's Doncic. Richardson cover. Doncic, 5. Dragic looking for an opening. Pass to Whiteside. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It's going to be on Wendell Carter.
He's a guy with all-star talent. It's been a long road for Whiteside, but he has a chance now to do something special.
He's off on the first.
And what a story for Hassan Whiteside. A second-round pick back in 2011. He's bounced around. I mean, the G League, China. He even played over in Lebanon. It wasn't until 2015 that he emerged seemingly out of nowhere as a factor for the Miami Heat.
And Whiteside in 2016 receiving a 4-year max contract break from the Heat.
Amazing how far he's come. Set the franchise record for most blocks in a game. And pretty impressive when you think of the big men who've played for the Heat. We're talking Lonzo Mourning and Shaquille O'Neal, no less.
For Atlanta, they have hit all 4 of their chances so far in this one.
And at the line last season, about 78% as a team. Pretty solid numbers.
2 shots.
And that one falls for Carter. Smitty, you look at how teams run their offensive sets. Are we in a pick-and-roll era right now, or has the tide shifted away from that a little?
No, I think so. I think we're looking at a lot of teams running pick and roll, especially we have 2 fantastic players involved. It's hard to defend, especially when there's a great talent at the guard spot and a big. Then it's hard for you to switch. But I'm looking at right now, because of spacing, because of the use of the corner 3, we're looking at a lot more pick and rolls used at the top of the key versus when I played, we used a lot of side pick and rolls.
And not just smalls given to bigs, but bigs throwing down low to smalls.
Yeah, and a lot of these bigs are running the pick and rolls, and the guards are setting the picks.
Right. Good on the triple.
Just how they drew it up coming out of the half. 3 straight from the field.
Atlanta leading by 3. Now here's Curry from deep. And it's Miami with the rebound. Whiteside's got his 6th rebound on the night.
A very disappointing start to this half. 3 attempts with nothing to show for it.
Now here's Dragic. 9 points in the game so far. Whiteside, good.
And coming out of halftime, coach said they wanted to start fast. How's 4 for 4?
Bagley, and foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Well, it seems the Heat's identity is always built, Steve, on defense.
Physical and nastiness, part of the system, part of the culture in Miami.
This is his first trip to the line tonight.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one.
Well, Goran Dragic was selected as an alternate for the All-Star game last season, but this Miami Heat team still lacks star power.
Carter, he's checked in for Doncic. He hits both from the stripe. The Heat are a playoff caliber team, but hard to see them really, Smitty, breaking through as presently constructed.
They have some quality young players, but make no mistake, they love to swing a trade for a franchise player.
They needed a run desperately, and boy, did they come up big.
And this comeback was fueled by doing it on both ends of the floor. Let's see if they have that same energy level to keep this up.
Curry gets the bucket.
Range that extends out to the parking lot. How do you guard that?
Pass to Richardson. Kicks it to Wade. And then Wade slams it in.
And, you know, that's an example of how many plays we have in a game for which there's no stat. A monster dunk coming off just a terrific pick play.
Greg, you're right. It really did work to perfection. Gave him all the room he needed for the flush.
That's what happens when you get an excellent screen like that. He had plenty of space to slash right toward the basket.
And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. And there's the foul. This goes against Atlanta.
The strength of Dwayne Wade when he gets inside. Tough to handle without fouling him.
Miami shooting their 5th and 6 free throws of the game.
And their free throw percentage as a unit last year, 76%, right around the middle of the road.
And he can't get the first one. And Dwayne Wade had hoped to return to the Miami Heat. Last season, at the trade deadline, he got his wish.
And it just seems right when he's in a Miami Heat uniform. It's a second home for him, and he's back where he belongs, baby. Wade County.
Hawks making a switch here. Plumlee's checked in. He hits the second from the line.
Dwayne Wade at the stripe. How many times have we said that before? He lives there.
And now the first timeout called here for the Hawks. Well, Smitty, Dwayne Wade back for another season in a Miami Heat uniform.
Great to see a legend and a future Hall of Famer still putting in work. The most important player in franchise history. He belongs, Kevin, in a Heat uniform.
And a look now at the breakdown between 3-point and 2-point shots attempted here tonight for the Hawks. Curry against Dragic, and the shot goes in. Curry's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Every night from Steph puts so much pressure on the defense because he's always looking to attack.
Here's Wade, rebounded by the Hawks. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. It's off to Charlotte for them after this game as they take on the Hornets. That'll be just 1 game played away from home for them. We've got 1:28 left to play in the 3rd. Offensive rebound. The kick out to Dragic. 6 to shoot. They shoot again. No good from Wade.
You know, with that much room, you don't lay it up. You throw it down like you've been disrespected.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
And it's Dragic with the ball for Miami. Trailing by 5. There's the pass to Richardson. Plumlee against Whiteside. Back to Richardson. Here's the 3. It's good from long range. Richardson's got 8 points.
And now they're shooting it pretty well. That was not something we would have said in that first half.
Wood with the bucket.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
Pass to Richardson. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. He kicks it to Wade. There's Dragic with the 3. The shot's good on the assist by Wade. Dragic has got 5 points in the quarter. Curry looking around. He gets it up. And it goes at the buzzer!
Digging deep to hit that shot. That shows some serious guts right there.
Oh, man.
Ending this one with a bang.
And we've watched 3 so far in this one. The Hawks on top, leading by 5. And time for the short break, and stay right where you are. The 4th quarter is coming up next. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, you also have the location of the pass. Puts it right where it needs to be, where his man can do something with it.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the 4th quarter could have even more action in store for us. Carter out there with Miles Plumlee. Then it's Curry. Then there's J.J. Redick, and it's Wood in at the 2. So that's the lineup for Atlanta. Wade outside. From the stripe. Plumlee with the rebound.
He's being aggressive, trying to turn around the team's fortunes. but he's having a hard time executing.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Adebayo passes to Wade. Poked loose, and that's out of bounds. Miami will retain possession. The Atlanta making some changes. Plumlee, he's checked in for Plumlee. And Doncic is subbed in for Wood. The Heat also with a sub. Johnson's checked in. That one off the back iron and out.
Can't convert, but a good opportunity from mid-range. He'll take that every time.
Shoots, and there's Stephen Curry on the assist by Doncic. And it's a 10-point Hawks lead.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agenda.
And the Heat call time here.
Well, you look at the coaching resume of Lloyd Pierce. Was an assistant for a lot of teams in his time. Stops at Memphis and Philadelphia most notably. Finally gets a chance to be the head coach here in Atlanta.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear Eric Spoelstra coaching the team during the break. He said, guys, we look like we're running in mud. Let's get out and see the early offense. And if it's not there, let's run the half-court offense. Pretty good advice, Kevin.
And with Coach Pierce, the most recent stop was in Philadelphia.
Pierce was a big part of the Sixers' turnaround, was tasked with the defensive duties, and had a very successful track record with that. Was empowered by Brett Brown to design the defense, and that has become his calling card as a coach.
They're getting a lot of their points outside the paint. 3 of their last 5 baskets are from three-point range.
Magruder kicks to Wade. Shoots over Redick, and it falls over the rim and in.
I love the adjustments he's made here in the second half, getting the looks he wants now and shooting a much higher percentage.
And that's the look this offense is designed to produce.
Always frustrating when you do everything right, yet just can't complete the play.
The Hawks leading by 11. Here's Doncic. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. Curry's got his 7th assist of the game with that last one. And that'll be Miami as it goes out of bounds. The Heat retain possession. Bagley, he's checked in for Plumlee. The Heat also with a sub. Goran Dragic is checked in for Rodney Magruder. And it's out of bounds. The Heat able to retain possession here. Richardson, that's a 2-pointer.
Able to guard multiple positions. Bagley's athleticism and speed helps a ton on this end.
He gets that one.
And they're scoring much more efficiently here in the second half, and they've gotten that field goal percentage above 50.
Dragic against Curry. Dragic finds Wade. 6 on the shot clock. Shoots with nobody on him. He buries the jumper. Wade's got 9 points now in just the second half. Smitty, with all the different arenas you've played in, all the cities you've traveled to as a player, which city do you think, looking back, was the hardest to play in for whatever reason?
This is an easy question. Detroit, Michigan, Kevin, because I was raised there and played college basketball. The ticket request going home was definitely hard.
I bet.
Because now you're starting to ask teammates, you're starting to ask everybody for tickets, and I just never had enough.
And it was expensive to buy tickets.
Yes, indeed.
And everyone wanted one.
Everybody. My first game, Kevin, ever back in Detroit, 300 tickets.
Oh.
Glad I had good teammates, though. They helped me.
And the play looked good there for a second, just couldn't finish.
Well, the pass has to be on point. Then the catch and flush just doesn't work out here.
And we see it all the time, guys. You get the big lead, maybe check out mentally, but not tonight.
They have this game in hand, but they're still pouring it on.
Whiteside's checked in for Bam Adebayo. There's a minute 34 left in the game. Knocked away.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority, very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for the Hawks.
Tonight, they did a great job of getting everyone involved. They had the good passing, and that led to some open shots.
Solid play, definitely, Kevin.
And they took charge when it counted, and they'll be notching their 9th win overall.
And they'll take the win tonight, setting the tone in the first matchup of this 4-game season series.
And as usual, some excellent work tonight in what was a quality big impact game for Steph Curry.
You know, when we talk about floor general, this is really what we mean. He was making the right reads, directing guys around, delivering passes that were on time and on point.
5 to shoot. Johnson kick still in it. Johnson against Curry for the 3. That one falls, coming off Carter's feed.
And just putting the finishing touches on this one. They have been on fire.
I mean, a fantastic run. The guys are really clicking, and the scoreboard reflects that.
2 points. That one goes.
Yeah, James Johnson off the drive. Big, strong, but also very skilled.
Here's Curry, and he finishes nicely on the layup.
And they've earned this one, showing an ability to dominate in front of their home crowd.
You know, you feel on top of the world when it happens as a player, just the relationship you have with the fans.
Johnson, wide open, he fires. The wide open shot is on the money. Fires from deep, can't connect. And so it's the Hawks taking care of business in this one. They poured it on tonight. Dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
And, you know, this game could really be a defining